All right, everyone. We'll do a density clearing here today, and if anybody popping on here has no idea what that is, it's just a process I do where you're able to send worries, fears, stress, any other dense energies you're holding, traumas from just life that you've picked up from other people, you've inherited, you've earned just in your everyday life. So it's just a way to unload a lot of that energy, and it doesn't affect me whatsoever. It passes right through my body. You'll see me shaking a little bit, but that's about the extent of it as it moves through my system, breaks down, and is gone for good. Um, Doing a group like this, it's difficult for me to key in on what the energies are that are moving through unless a lot of people are going through the same thing, which happens quite often with these types of things. So if something does come up, if there's a theme, we can talk about it at the end of this. Also, if you're listening to the recording of this, it's the same process. It doesn't matter if you're here in person, if you're listening to this later today, tomorrow, or a year from now. It just does not matter whatsoever. Done experiments with this with some friends and colleagues, and it just doesn't matter. So we'll just begin here. If everybody wants to take a couple nice, slow, deep breaths just to ground themselves, center a little bit, and then, wow, it's already happening. So when you're all ready, just start. Set the intention to just release any fears, worries, trauma, any other dense energies that you're ready to release. It's in your highest and best good. There you go. Beautiful. Just continue to take those nice, slow, deep breaths. Don't hold anything back. There you go. Allow it all to move with ease. Just go in a little bit deeper. Access some of those energies you've been repressing, holding back. Let's open that up a little bit and just allow the weight of it that's been built up to start to dissipate. Good. Good. Beautiful. Any emotions that come up, just feel them and gently release them. They'll have a little bit more trickling in here, allowing that to move. Beautiful. All right. Anything else comes up, just I'll stay open and allow whatever wants to move, but but that was beautiful. There was no real coherent, and there's a few scattered energies that popped up here and there, but let's see what wants to come through. And moving into summer here, we're moving into such a busy time in so many people's lives that it's so imperative that everybody's taking time right now to just pause, to kind of step away from everybody, find a nice tree to sit under, or out by the beach or river, or just somewhere getting out in nature and just taking that time, even if it's 5, 10, 15 minutes, to take some deep breaths, to allow some of the energy, some of the work we have going on right now, because all of us are constantly in this state of trying to deal with what's popping up in life, and just taking that moment to pause, to reset, to just unload what's happening, and sitting in nature up against a tree, feet in the river, whatever it is you can do that really calls to you. That's what we need to be doing more of. Leaving your phone at home and just unplugging for a moment, just to find that space to reset our systems. We're just in such a state of fight or flight constantly right now that it's hard to do the work. It's hard to process. It's hard to just deal with our day-to-day lives and get through what we need to do. So just finding that space, and you'll find you take that 10 minutes, that 15 minutes to just pause for a little bit, it buys you an hour of time later on in the day. You're just more efficient. You're moving with purpose, and everything starts to line up and make more sense. You find more efficient solutions to problems. It just increases our lives so much. It's doing it first thing in the morning is a great way to do it too. When you get out of bed, just go find a quiet place to sit with a cup of coffee or tea or however you start your morning. But then finding some time later in the day, especially right after work before you get home, being able to unload and unplug from work before you step into the house, especially if you have a family, is one of the best gifts you can give your family. It just allows you to be more present, be more at home, and we pick up so many energies being around people, especially a lot of us more sensitive people. We tend to carry just a heavy load when we leave the office that we take home, and it can add to whatever challenges we're facing at home. So finding that, taking that time in the car, or taking a stop at a park on the way home, whatever it is you can do to unplug and leave work at work and not bring it home, just has such an impact on the rest of your life, and um, your relationships at home will improve dramatically through that process. Um, yeah, that's kind of the message for today, is just slowing down. It's really what all of us need right now, is just to slow down, put our phones down, and just spend some time observing what's really around us and taking in nature. It's beautiful. It's amazing when you can really feel into the energies around you. I mean, sitting next to an old tree is one of the coolest things in the world. Like, you'll be amazed at what that can do to you. Um, and it just grounds you so deeply. And if you have trouble finding a ground, trouble grounding, um, bare feet outside is one of the best things you can do. But if that's not possible from whatever circumstances, um, water is amazing. Taking a shower, taking a bath can be very grounding. The other, petting a dog. It's amazing how, like, dogs are one of the most incredible animals in the world. They're so good at grounding people, and they can pull energy off of us. Some of them are good at grounding it out, not all, but it's kind of their purpose here on Earth, which is why I clear everyone I ever come across and pet. But it's just, that's a beautiful way to do it. Contact with another human being. There's sometimes I become very ungrounded, especially at night, and it's really, just touching that human being. Reach over, put a hand on my wife, and it's amazing how that can pull me back into the world. That physical touch is just an amazing thing. But you know, don't be afraid to go outside and hug a tree. It's beautiful. It's a fun thing to do. unless anybody has some questions, something we want to dive into, it seems to be coming up. I'll give that a minute. So if you have anything, let me know. Um, in the meantime, I just want to let you all know that I'm starting a new coaching program that's going to be very intensive, high touch, a 3-month long commitment to work with me, but we get one-on-one sessions, you get text messaging, email, voice messaging. It's for those who really want to go deep, who are dealing with some big traumas or really want to open up to their own intuitive abilities as well, which involves going through a lot of your limitations. So these are the people who want to take that next step in their life and really open up. You'll gain a lot of knowledge, a lot of wisdom, a lot of tools, and I get you set in a really, really good place. I've done this with a few people now, and it's just something I love to do. Just, we're in constant communication. Take the weekends off for the most part, but if I'm around, I love talking this stuff. So we tend to dive into stuff and really work through what's going on. So if you have any interest at all, reach out to me. There's a there's a link on my website. You can send me a message. We'll set up a 15 to 20-minute call just to get to know each other and see if we're a fit to work together. So if anybody's any interest in that, let me know. Otherwise, been doing a lot of work with brain injuries. That's a big focus of my work right now, outside of helping others develop their own skills and gifts. It's brain injuries, and I have some clients that have some major brain injuries that are coming back and learning to walk again, and the memories coming back, and it's beautiful to watch. It's something I've really set a lot of my energy and time into. So if you know anybody that's been dealing with brain injuries, spinal cord injuries, an area I've really stepped into and I'm putting a lot of work into. So send them my way. I'd love to talk to them and tell them about the programs that I've put together there. Otherwise, I will wrap this up for today. I hope everybody has a wonderful day and do this again soon. See y'all.